Hey, hello everyone.
Hi. I love how we just start singing. We're like, hello.
I do that a lot. I don't know about you, but that is kind of how
Yes,
I start anything, is singing it. So that's actually kind of cool introduction.
it is.
We're so happy that you're here. Thank you for joining us live, and also everyone on the replay. We're so looking forward to really getting into the voice and our reclamation and our journey with it, and offering you some tools and some practices. And I'm I'm gonna start because the card is really talking to me. So I pulled a card for us this morning, and also the spirit animal of our voice reclamation. Like when Diana and I first came together to talk about this, the spirit of the tiger was really coming through, which I put on like all of our artwork and everything. And I was thinking, oh, do I talk about the spirit of the tiger? And then I pulled a card, and the spirit of the tiger came up
So cool.
with a woman in the background, the goddess and the tiger. And I wanted to read the message because it's very powerful, and it's really aligned with, I feel, what we're all going through collectively right now, and how kind of important it is for us to reconnect with our voices and the truth of what we believe and what we stand for. So I'm just going to read it. So you can tune in, and you can even close your eyes down if you want to, and just kind of receive. It's a really beautiful message. You need never lose faith in the power of good. You need never lose faith in how much you can accomplish as an independent and inspired individual in this world. You need never believe that you are alone or without divine protection. You need never fear evil. The third eye of the Divine Mother sees all things, is ever watchful and ever just. She births through holy vision the manifest power of good in all realms. Her gaze is upon you now. Trust her.
My God. That's so nice to
Receiving.
hear.
And no, just receiving the power of the feminine, the mother, just the kind of all consuming love. And remembering that we're not alone, which is also, what we're doing here together, gathering together, in sisterhood, and in the group, our voice reclamation group, and just, coming together to really be with each other and moving through this work. So, that's the power of good.
So, so good. Thank you so much, Gigi, for pulling that card. I really love it. So, what brought us here today, Gigi?
Did.
How did this happen?
How did this happen? I mean, it happened, and why the goddess is really important is in a very feminine way. We were guided really together, I feel, and both of us having different experiences with voice. And I've been on such a journey with my own voice, and I trained as a sound therapist, with Tibetan singing bowls and vibrational medicine. And when I was kind of feeling very disconnected from myself after having lived in the city and just kind of living a very chaotic, hedonistic life, I was really feeling like I wanted to, really experience something else. And I had been performing, singing, at clubs and bars and pubs in the city for many years, and it just wasn't feeling good anymore. And I almost felt like I was losing myself. I was losing my voice. I was even actually losing my voice from drinking so much. So I was like physically losing my voice, but also energetically. I felt like I was kind of disappearing into the sea of like performance, mentality, and the kind of lifestyle that was bringing was just not good for me. And so I went to kind of go and find and seek something else. And I found this sound therapy training in Indonesia and Bali. And it really was incredible how quickly it opened me up, because I was using the bowls on myself as I was training, and then I was using them on other people. And it really, I had the most amazing emotional releases and was connecting deeper with my body, and just felt like I was really opening up, both, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I mean, it was a real window into like a new way of being for me, and a kind of brighter path, which is how I got into the healing work. And yeah, so I had a journey with that, and then reclamation of myself, my voice, my womb, which is something that we're going to talk about as well today. But yeah, that's a bit of my background.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll tell you a little about me too.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm Diana. I'm Diana McLaughlin. I'm known on the internet as the abundance bookkeeper because for the last 6 years, I've had a business doing bookkeeping for spiritual entrepreneurs and healers. And a friend introduced me to Gigi, and I started chatting to Gigi about how much I miss singing in general. Yes, I still work, in music. I have a choir that I work with here. I teach a couple of lessons a week, but this used to be my whole life. Like I used to be a performer as well. I used to do a lot of operas around Ireland. I even went on tour through Germany. My degrees are in music. My degrees are in singing. I'm a lifelong singer, like my entire life since I could make music. I started piano when I was 7. I started singing lessons when I was 11. This has been a massive part of my identity and who I am. And the time that I lost my voice really had to do with, I think, grief, grief being the main thing. It was around COVID. It was around the time that I had my third child. And I was very, just really sad and felt like I was losing part of my identity because I was no longer going to be making all of my living as a musician, and to even sing was painful. Like I would start tearing up, my eyes would well up every time I tried to sing. Um, and I'm reclaiming now, like I'm still going to work with my choir. I'm still going to do my lessons. I don't know where me as a performer stands in any of it. I don't even think it does. I said to Gigi, I was like, I feel like I have things that I know that can help people heal themselves. I feel
Mhm.
like the voice is a useful vehicle to healing in so many ways, in community, in yourself, in so many ways. Music is healing. Everybody knows that. We've used it for generations. Here in Ireland, especially, very, very much so. In America, yes, in England. Music has always been a part of the human experience that connects us to the divine. So we started talking and we were like, we need to do something. And here we are 3 weeks later, almost to the day that we met, and we're doing this now. Okay, so great intro. If anybody wants to share, hi Heather, if anybody wants to share in the comments or in the comments below the replay, I just wanted to ask everybody how you are right now. How do you feel about your voice right now? How are you doing, like with your voice and things like that? A lot of people are feeling a lot of things right now about their voices. In the collective around the world, things are a bit, tight. So if you have anything you want to tell us about your voice, we'd love to hear if you want to share.
Hmm.
Okay, Gigi.
Yeah, I feel like I would like to share a little bit as well, because it feels
Mm-hmm.
like to be able to have a space where we can be safe, because this is also the container that we are co-creating together, is to know that it's okay, like all of you is welcome. So if you are going through something and you want to share that, like just know that you're very safe, and this is a space where we are here to also heal, and to hopefully give you some tools and an experience where you feel deeper connected to yourself. So, yeah, if you wanted to share anything that you're moving through right now, as well as how your voice is, you're very welcome. And yeah, I feel like there is a lot of strain right now on what we're saying, on how we're saying, on censorship and everything. So it really does feel very powerful to come together as a group of women, and this is really what we've done for generations. Women come together to talk and heal and help and sing and dance, and and move energy. So yeah, for me, I feel like the voice, and especially over this last three weeks that we've come together, I've been singing so much more, just in joy, just in this,
Same.
I need to just sing out for no reason, because also we're conditioned so much that everything we do should have a reason, should have an outcome. And I feel like that's actually a lot of what I'm reclaiming right now with my voice, after years of thinking I have to be up on stage, I have to use this thing for other people or for a, some kind of outcome. And I feel like I'm really reclaiming the joy of singing, the joy that I had when I was a child, and just singing and moving energy. And yeah, that's really how I'm feeling about the voice right now, and how supportive that is, to give ourselves permission, give yourself permission to just explore this journey that we're going to take you on today.
Okay. Do you want me to go on and talk about the emotions and where they're held in the body? You want to move? Yeah. Okay. So first thing we're going to talk about a little bit is where your emotions are held in your body. This is important, as you'll see as things unfold here, when we're talking about moving emotions with the voice, moving emotions with sound. So when you sing, obviously you're creating a vibration in your body. That vibration moves through your tissues, your bones, and the energy centers. So here's how that helps with stuck energy. So things get stuck in certain places, right? Resonance and release. Every part of your body vibrates at a certain frequency. When you sing, your voice sends waves through you that can shake loose places where tension, stress, or emotional memory has been held. Think of it like gently loosening a knot. So we're not going to like shake ourselves like to get it out of us. It's definitely like an opening, a loosening, a sort of like just okay. Breath as energy flow. So singing requires, if you sing much, some of us I know are singers, and some of us are here for more of the speaking sort of sides of things. But for singers, and even if you are speaking, singing and speaking, it requires a deep and intentional breath. So that breath nourishes your cells with oxygen and also moves life force energy. So you've heard of like prana and chi and stuff like that. So whenever we're breathing a lot, especially in singing, like singing is great for getting oxygen around the body. Anytime that you feel just a little bit stuck, like today when I woke up, I told Gigi, I was like, I just feel very sticky. And I said, what am I going to do? And I actually just started singing. And I was like, oh, duh. Like use the thing you know how to do. Like chill out, man. Didn't even have to go meditate or anything. It was just like, just sing. It'll shake it loose. It was just felt really something this morning. You know, it's been a crazy month. It's been a crazy, crazy month. But anyway, yes, so that helps get everything circulating again through your body. Sound and nervous system. Your vagus nerve, that's like your main nerve that runs, that connects your throat and your voice and everything. The vagus nerve, they always talk about when you get nervous, the vagus nerve is that thing that makes your stomach kind of feel sick, right? Singing stimulates this nerve, which can calm the nervous system. So that is why it helped me too, because it's calming that vagus nerve, shifting you out of fight or flight and bringing your body into a state where healing is possible. So singing can prep you for that, loosen all that stuff up. Emotional alchemy. Certain emotions often lodge in specific areas, which we're going to talk about in a second, like grief in the chest, anger in the jaw, fear in the gut. Singing gives safe physical expression to emotions. Vibration becomes a way to transform what was stuck into sound, into flow, and into release. I remember particularly as a cheerleader. Did I just say cheerleader? As a teenager, cheerleader is not in my vocabulary, guys. As a cheerleader, although I'm sure the cheerleaders can speak to this as well. As a teenager, singing was extremely healing for me. It was my lifeline. So if you know a teenager very close to you who was like, music is my life, which was literally my screen name on AOL, it was my whole entire life. It was my healing place. It was my savior. Singing was when I felt the best in my life, you know, like when I was a young person. And my awareness of this is so keen now that I'm working with that age so often. Like I work with the age of the girls where I remember really struggling and really clinging to this. So, you know, I think as an adult, we let go of so much of what it felt like to be a child, and there's something there. Like I'm feeling like I'm kind of returning to my inner child in a big way through this work, you know, because this was such a supportive thing for me when I was younger. Frequency and alignment. Every note carries a frequency. When you vocalize, you may naturally create tones that bring your body into harmony, like retuning an instrument. Like our body is our instrument as singers. We say this all the time. They're like, if you're not feeling well, your voice isn't going to feel well, you know, all those sorts of things. So that's why, you know, after singing, people often will feel lighter, clearer, and more open. So I think after some of these exercises that we do today, you're going to be like, wow, because we even practiced some of them a couple days ago, and it was like, oh my God. So in short, singing is vibration plus breath plus sound plus emotion all working together. That combination can dissolve the stuck energy and restore flow, clarity, and freedom in both body and spirit. There. That's my spiel.
It's just, yeah, it's amazing, really. I'm just reading what Heather has said.
Oh, did she say something?
Yes, I need to use my voice to take a
Mm.
stand.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Weird time to be a woman right now.
Yeah, just like so hearing that, and the taking a stand is such a kind of something we really have to learn, like throughout our lives in general, isn't it? As human beings, but especially as women, where we have a lot that we come up against and that we have to work through, and it's very individual for each of us depending on our life experience. But there's also this very collective threads of like generational or ancestral trauma that we come up, you know, and through when we're learning to reclaim our voice, when we're learning to stand in our power, when we're learning to speak up for ourselves. We really feel that, and feel the kind of difficulty because it's not been welcomed. And it's like, how can we really like honor ourselves, honor what we want to say, and also, you know, move through the fear, the crippling fear and terror that is very real in, you know, our ancestral line and what we may have experienced in past lives even. And that's something I've done a lot of work on in myself, but also with my clients, is like healing through the fear that we have, as women using our voices. And maybe in the past, you know, we've been shamed, we've been shut down, we've been burnt at the stake, we've been told that we're crazy and mad and locked up in places. You know, there's so much to that as well, which I always like to kind of honor and kind of respect, like the women before us as well, and what we're now moving through too. And yeah, so I really feel that the taking a stand, and that we are coming into a different era of the woman and the feminine, and respecting each other and ourselves and the voices of women again, which is, it has been a journey, hasn't it? We've definitely all been a part of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And the United States just seems to be taking steps backwards. God.
Yeah, yeah, it really,
Oh, we
really,
just gotta. Yeah.
yeah, I really hear that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Thanks,
um,
Heather.
and really talking about the kind of deeper parts of like the body and how vibration and sound can help with the training that I did in Tibetan sound vibrational medicine in Indonesia. I learned about the chakras and the specific parts of the body that you know, what you might be holding on to if you're feeling blocked or, you know, imbalanced in those places, which can also then cause like illness. So what's so good about constantly kind of working with sound, whether it's your own voice or it's music or it's sound medicine, it's sound healing, is that we are constantly bringing ourselves into that state of balance, like Diana was saying, and kind of moving through and realizing that we are actually, you know, energy. We're attuned to the energy, so our bodies get affected by energy and sound and everything that we're kind of living amongst. And what really is interesting about how the emotions kind of get stuck if we're not kind of clearing through, actually, especially as women, because we are very emotional beings. To cry, to laugh, to dance, to express is actually really important for us to do. Otherwise, they build up. And if we look at the body and we look at the chakra system from the crown, the top of your head, to the base of your spine, um, there's the kind of the things that happen when you're like not in balance, or maybe you're overusing, or maybe you're shutting down. There's the crown, which relates to the head and the mind, which can kind of manifest as overthinking or worry or control or mental loops, and it just feels like you've got a very busy brain if you're overactive in your crown chakra. And the throat is your throat chakra. So unspoken words, like if you've been suppressing what you want to say, your voice, you're feeling, you know, angry and frustrated that you can't say what you want to say because of, you know, some fear of judgment or what other people will think, that can kind of, you know, tighten your throat. You can really feel that as a physical experience, and also like a shortness of breath or like a lump in your throat. Um, and then there's the heart chakra, which can, you know, feel like grief if we don't speak our truth or let our emotions out, or, you know, if we don't feel heard, and that can feel very heavy, the heaviness of the heart. Um, and then there's the belly, the solar plexus, which is, you know, like shame and lack of confidence can sit in your belly, and you can feel kind of nauseous about it. And then the sacral, the womb, which is like suppressing your desires and suppressing your creativity, can really feel, you know, like tension in your pelvic floor, and feeling, you know, like stiff, maybe even like a lack of sexual libido as well, that can manifest as that. And then the root chakra at the base of the spine can be like safety, survival, like fear of not feeling stable, or money worries, and heaviness. So when we're kind of out of balance, those are the things that we can feel. So just kind of that felt like a lot of like what can be bad, but we can just sit with that and be like, you know, these are all very real parts of the human experience, and it's okay to go through those things. But what's really powerful is to know how we can, you know, consistently move through with sound, with our voices. And I wanted to show you the bowls that I use. So I use these actually on the body when I have sessions in person. So it's a similar kind of thing. Like you just feel the vibration going through your body, like you would if you were singing, and they relate to different parts. This is the root, like the big bassy bowl that's like move through your root. And then there are the different kinds of the higher the pitches as it goes up. From the base is the low and the womb, and then as it comes up to the heart and the throat, it gets higher, and then the crown. So it's kind of really um, it's powerful stuff, which is what I would like to bring into, you know, when we open our membership, doing a regular sound healing with the singing bowls, and just to clear through the whole of your energy system, because it helps to move through things. And yeah, it's just it's very, very powerful. It's very powerful. And it's also, yeah, very, very much like our existence. And when I realized this myself, and when I learned this particular modality, it's like, wow, I really feel like I understand how to support myself more as well, which is, you know, why we have these tools. Is okay, we're all experiencing these things, and that's normal, and that's okay, and I'm not going to feel shame around that, but I'm going to know, how do I empower myself? How do I feel like I can actually work through this? And yeah, the sound vibrations of the singing bowls are really helpful. I'd actually also be really curious to know if anyone has experienced sound healing. I know that sound baths are now like really really common, but this actual on the body is really interesting. I don't think that not that many people have experienced that, but
No.
that's
That
pretty
would be amazing. I'm like, okay, I'm coming over. Coming over. Gigi's just a short boat ride away. Well, or flight. I could
yeah.
fly. I love sound baths. They do them here. There's quite a few people now that are getting into the sound baths. But we were talking about this the other day. Not always the most energetically tidy sound baths. Like you have to find one that's gonna actually hold the space properly and hold the energy properly. And some of them are just free for alls. They're like, everybody come and I'll play my bowls at you. And you're like, okay. But I still got a lot out of it anyway. I was like, this is amazing, but
Yeah.
I would love to do it in a very, very safe space in a much more kind of closed door kind of way. But
Yeah.
oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So now we're gonna drop in. Okay, we short drop in. So let's arrive together. Okay, if you feel comfortable to do so, close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and gently let it go through your mouth. Do this again, breathing in, filling your belly and your chest, and releasing any tension as you exhale. One more time from the belly to the chest. Letting the breath guide you into presence. Now bring your awareness to your feet. Notice them grounded on the floor, steady and supported. Imagine roots extending down into the earth, anchoring you. Feel the stability that's always there beneath you. Now shift your attention upward through your legs, on up to your hips, on up your spine. Allow your hips to feel heavy, supported, while your spine lengthens gently, creating space from the ground up. Bring awareness to your rib cage and chest. With each inhale, feel your ribs expand like wings opening. With each exhale, allow your shoulders to soften, your jaw to release, the muscles of your face to relax. Now place one hand lightly on your belly and one on your chest. Breathe so that both hands rise and fall, steady and calm. This is your singing breath, expansive, full, and connected. Shift your attention gently to your throat, the gateway of your voice. Imagine a warm golden light filling your larynx, softening and opening this space. Trust that your voice is safe here, safe to be felt, safe to be heard. Take one more slow breath in. On your exhale, let out a gentle sigh with a sound, allowing it to be easy, natural, free. When you're ready, bring your awareness back to the space around you. Gently blink your eyes open. Feel your groundedness, your openness, your presence. You are ready to use your voice. You are ready to reclaim your voice. Okay, welcome. So this is the part where we're going to get into some sound practice. As I've mentioned, I've been a vocal practitioner forever, and I've helped so many people find their singing voices, reclaim them in a lot of ways. I've worked with a lot of older people that wanted to sing again later in life. Yeah, so in turn, though, it's helped them also in many ways find their speaking voice. So this can apply to both things. As I've said, there's no harm whatsoever in exercising the voice either way. It will benefit both. Although we do find that one is functioning better than the other. I do anyway. There's times where I'm like, I feel like I could sing all day. If I could sing everything I wanted to say, it would be very easy. And then there's people who are like, I couldn't sing to save my life, but I will speak all day, you know? So it's like, there's a bit of a trade-off. But if you work on one side of it, the other will follow. So as we've been saying, our voices are so connected to us as a whole human, spiritually and physically. So I invite you, if you have a journal in front of you, if you want to write down any thoughts or anything that comes up while we're doing any of this, if you want to write any of this down because you want to do it later, by all means, go ahead. And if anybody does want any of this that we've been doing written down, I'm happy to send a file along if you want these exercises to do after. So for a lot of this presentation, I'm going to be asking you to just notice things about yourself and your body. A lot of awareness about speaking and singing has to do with just noticing what's happening. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to begin with a gentle voiceless warm-up for the vocal area. So if you're sitting, sit nice and tall and just lean your head back slightly just to like open up the vocal area. You're going to place your hand on the front of your neck like this. Find your larynx. So this is your larynx. Your voice box is in here. They also call it your voice box. It's where everything is housed that creates the sound. So using your fingertips, you're just gently going to rub up and down the length of the front of your neck and just keep your head back. I can't because I'm trying to speak and read at the same time. You can also kind of softly pinch the sides of your voice box, but keep it light and comfortable. Don't go too hard. Like, don't feel like you have to be like, right? Nothing like that. So allowing the jaw to relax. So your tongue is connected to your jaw, like in a big way. Oftentimes when we feel tension in here, it's actually our tongue that's being tight and not your actual like neck muscles. So just allow your mouth to fall open. Take in a slow, deep breath through your nose, and then gently exhale through your mouth. So you can make an audible sound. That's totally okay. And you're actually trying to create that really warm air. And then you can keep rubbing. Breathing through the nose is going to stop you from breathing cold air down your larynx. So So when you breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. I kind of imagine when I'm doing this that the breathing in is like the ocean receding back. And then when I breathe out, it's the waves kind of crashing up on the shore. Gives it a very meditative feel to this breath. So just take some time feeling that, breathing in and out. So feeling that warm breath leaving the body. Slow and easy and unforced. And if you feel like you want to keep rubbing, that's okay. If you feel like this is something you could do later with massage oil in a better way, that's kind of fine too. But not necessary. So this simple exercise helps just warm and relax the muscles around your larynx and preps your voice for singing or speaking. It's especially useful when you don't have a space or the time for a full traditional warm up. So if you're getting ready to sing somewhere and you don't have a room to go to, or if you're getting ready to speak and you don't have somewhere to go to kind of warm up your voice, this is a really great way to voicelessly warm it up and just get things moving a little bit for you in this area, making Gigi sleepy. That's good. That's good. So I'm just going to vibe a little bit on singing and breath support and speaking and breath support. It's very important. So the breath is the very foundation of singing and speaking, right? Without breathing, we just can't make sound because sound is literally just, air coming through our vocal folds, and that is how we create those vibrations. When we breathe to sing, we begin with our most natural, relaxed breath. So the second step to that is the support bit, right? Which is the part that a lot of people miss because it doesn't always come natural. But support means gently engaging the muscles of the body to guide the air. You've done this instinctively like your entire life, mostly when you were a child. So when you were a baby, and you wanted to get mom's attention, you would engage your muscles to create that sound so that she could hear you. So even if you just raised your voice to like shout across the playground at your friend, hey, like you are engaging those muscles, and you could feel that happen if you had your hand on your diaphragm. So we're just going to take a moment to notice the breath. I know we just did a little bit of breathing there, but I wasn't talking about where you were feeling it. So I want you to just inhale to the count of 4 and feel where you feel expansion when you're breathing in. So we're going to breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3, 4, and again in for 4, 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3, 4. Just notice where you're feeling that. If you want to drop it in the comments, you can tell me where you're feeling that right now. It will depend a lot on how stressed you are in the moment. Right now, we should be pretty relaxed. You might feel this pretty low in your body. When I breathe to sing, sometimes I feel things as low as my pelvic floor. Like it can be quite low, even though your lungs aren't down there, right? If you're in choir as a child, a teacher might have said, breathe into your belly. Well, we can't physically do that, right? Because our lungs are here, right? But you can create that space. So just noticing where you're feeling that. And as I said, most of us are feeling pretty calm about now. It should be quite low. But if you ever check in with your body and like do a body scan, if you are feeling like you're breathing up here, just take a moment to try and drop that breath back down and find that place where you're more grounded in your breath. Now we're going to start to create some sounds. So in a moment, I'm going to invite you to hum a pitch, any pitch that just feels natural to you. It doesn't have to be too high. It doesn't have to be too low. Just simply a pitch that feels easy in your body. All right. any pitch. And I'm going to do it too. I don't know how the sound is going to come across here. It'll be interesting to see, but I'm just going to find a pitch and take a hum. All right, a nice gentle hum. It can be for a long time or not very long. But what I want you to notice is where you feel that pitch vibrating in your body. Gigi was talking earlier about higher pitches being felt higher in the body and lower pitches being felt lower in the body, and putting that into practice with your own voice is super, super cool when you're really tuned in. So let's all just take in a breath and we're going to find a hum. I'm going to sing a pitch. It doesn't have to be that one. You don't have to feel like you have to sing my pitch, okay? So taking a nice breath into your as low as you can. Ready? In and hum. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I felt that right in here. Right in here. Obviously, the sound is being created there, but that is also a very neutral pitch for me as a soprano. Some of you may have felt it lower, and that's okay too. Maybe you have a naturally lower voice, or you may have felt it higher. So let's try now something that would be high for you. All right. Don't feel like you have to grab here and hold on to that. Just allow it to come out of you. Because if you just relax these muscles, I promise you the pitch will come out, unless it's not in your actual natural voice. But most of us do have much higher pitches than we realize. So find something nice and high for yourself and see how that resonates in your body. Okay, I'm gonna pick, I should have my piano here and like bing. But anyway, I'll just have a nice high one now. So I'm gonna take in a breath, try together. Definitely feeling that a lot higher. I feel that in the mask area. If you didn't feel it there, maybe try doing it again and find a higher pitch. You'll kind of feel it up in your eyes. Yeah, cool. Totally play with this later. It's really cool because I'll do one where we just go up and down and you can just feel it doing this. But let's do a nice low one now. Nice low pitch. Ready? Let's take in a nice big breath. Ooh, that's yummy. I feel that's so much lower in my body, like even down here. A lot here in the chest. That's great because that's, and when we talk about singing and voice singing, we talk about the chest voice and the head voice a lot if you're training as a singer. And then we try and find that sort of place where we can marry the two and blend the two together. But like, I just, oh, it's so nice to just feel that resonate in your body and then, and we're gonna love that a lot with womb work and stuff like that because that's like the lower places in the voice. And you shouldn't feel any tension when you create any of these sounds, okay, guys? This is pretty chill with me right now, so I felt nothing in here when I did that. All right, and nor should you. If you do, like, just relax and try to make sure that you're not gripping here and that the support for that is coming from a lower place. Just all very natural. So yeah, if you want to drop in the comments how all this felt, feel free to do so. Don't worry. And another fun fact before we go to the next thing, your vocal cords are half the size of your pinky nail. That is how small they are. And I find that just fascinating because in my mind, my vocal cords are the size of my neck. Even though, like, I know there's lots of tubes and there's food and there's all kinds of things happening and breath and all this, they're still tiny. They're so small. And like, I don't know if any of you have ever had cameras down your throat before. I have. I was like studied by my my person that did my voice. I can't remember what they're called right now, but there's a voice doctor that you can go to when you have vocal issues, and they will stick a camera down your nose and look at your vocal cords. Fun times. Very uncomfortable, and then ask you to bloody sing. You know, so that's that. All right, so I talked a little bit about tension. I'm not going to go into so much tension right now, but tension is a good thing in singing, depending on where it is. You want to have good tension versus bad tension. Obviously, the support is a good tension, and tension in here and anywhere around here when you're singing or speaking means that you have to take pressure off the larynx. And there's ways to do that. lifting, the soft palate, stuff like that, but I won't go too much into that at this stage. We can talk about that later if anybody needs pointers on protecting your voice when you're using your voice. So I'm going to go on to the voice wave. This is a fun exercise that I like to do when my tongue feels tight, and that is usually number one, what's going to happen to you, because tongue tension is actually responsible for so much of the tension in our body. And like 90% of vocal issues that come to me, like for people that come to me that are like, I don't know, it just keeps hurting here, or it keeps hurting my jaw and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's actually not your jaw, it's your tongue. So this is called the voice wave. That's what I call it. It's just 3 vowels, E, A, and Ah. And we just repeat them over and over and over. And you get this sort of, there's so much wave. I mean, it is frequency waves, but like all these sort of things that take me back to the ocean. Singing is so like water for me. Probably why I love it. Okay, so it goes like this. You just pick a pitch that's comfortable. I'm going to go for a kind of lower end pitch right now for this one, just to like show you how this one works. So it goes. And your jaw is just really relaxed and your tongue is doing the work. You feel that? Like when I'm doing this, it's such a great, it's another one of those like, get everything really relaxed here. Okay? A very good one. Yeah. Even just saying it is nice. So yeah, that's the wave. All right, now I'm going to move on to the mantra that I created for today. I made a little mantra for anybody that feels like they want to reclaim their voice. And I'm going to move through this quickly because I'm very conscious of the time and I know that Gigi has some womb stuff to talk about. So I'll get through this and you can practice this on your own. The words to the mantra are, and I'll write them in the chat. This voice is mine. My voice is my soul. I reclaim my voice and share it joyfully with the world. So step one, let's just speak it. Okay, everybody? 1, 2, 3, go. This voice is mine. My voice is my soul. I reclaim my voice and share it joyfully with the world. Good. Now let's do it again. And this time, smile in your eyes so we can take the pressure off the larynx. Let's go again. This voice is mine. My voice is my soul. I reclaim my voice and share it joyfully with the world. That should have felt a little easier because we took the pressure off the larynx. Because sometimes we press when we speak. This voice is mine. You ever get that like this? It's called vocal fry. It's not healthy. Don't worry though. If you do it and it feels natural and it feels good and it makes sense for what you're saying, absolutely. But if you're protecting, then we kind of lift to take that pressure off, especially for you speakers out there. Anybody who's speaking, keep that lifted. The other part of that is speaking with lots of inflection. Okay? Like trying to keep that lift and that lilt. It changes the feel of it. So now we're gonna like kind of ground in. We're gonna feel it from our belly. We're gonna place our hand on the diaphragm. If you don't know where your diaphragm, it's kind of like right at the bottom of the like bra line. And I want you to take a nice breath in and then hook and support the diaphragm and say it again. I'm gonna say it with a little more conviction this time. Okay, ready? This voice is mine. My voice is my soul. I reclaim my voice and share it joyfully with the world. Did you feel that when that's working? Because sometimes when you're sitting, you're like, voice is mine. But like if you're actually getting up and speaking and you want to speak with a bit of command, like anchoring into your body and using your diaphragm will be extremely effective. I'm talking about both. It's both singing and speaking. Okay, now I'm going to sing this. Now, the version that I have written does not have to be what you end up doing with this. You could turn around and go, I don't like that one, I'm going to change it. You can do whatever you want. I did it for reasons, but we'll just give it a go. So I'm going to sing a line and you can like repeat it back to me. I'm going to watch Gigi's mouth to see kind of where she is with it so that I wait for you. Okay. I'll sing it and then echo me. I'll go, your turn. All right, just like in class. Here we go. So, this voice is mine. My voice is my soul. I reclaim my voice. And share it joyfully with the world. Beautiful, Gigi. I was pretending I could hear you. Now, that could have been too high for you. I am aware. I am a coloratura soprano. So if that was like super stupid high, by all means, like change it. Oh, thank you, Heather. I don't know how that sounded, by the way. Hope it was okay, because I know that Zoom is dodgy. So yeah, play with that. Play with that. Let's sing it together. I know. Maybe I'll come down a little bit. Gigi, does it need to come down a little? Or a little, okay. I can't even find a pitch. Help. I'm dead set on that pitch. I've been singing that pitch like all day because it's been going in my mind. Let me find my piano app. Even though there's a piano right behind me, by the time I turn it on and go back there, it actually wasn't very high. Okay, I'm gonna go down half step. I'm gonna start here. Ready? So 1, 2, 3. This voice is mine. My voice is my soul. I reclaim my voice and share it joyfully with the world. I realize I changed it there, but I like it better. Every time I do it, it changes. I want the joyfully to have a little flourish because it's joyful, right? So that's why I did that there. But anyway, own it, command it. I sent a recording to Gigi of this like last week that was like full power, almost opera voice, and if you feel like you need that, do it. If it feels more aligned for you to speak this strongly and find that support, use it that way. But it's basically a mantra affirmation for reclamation of your voice. So that is all awesome. I want to turn it over now to Gigi to ground into the womb with all of this.
That was so beautiful. And I put myself on mute because otherwise it would have been just too much singing. But it was beautiful. I was like, don't overwhelm the sound. But yeah, that really amazing. It's so good to do it so many different times and in different ways. And I think that that's the kind of fun of it, isn't it? Of like playing around, what feels good for you, and like taking that. And we're just going to actually ground a little bit deeper into the womb, and I'm going to share a little bit about why reconnecting with the womb is so powerful for us as women, and why it's also the seat of ourself and the seat of our voices, because it really connects with our desires. Our womb is the seat of you. This is your seat. And whenever I kind of think about that, I picture women sitting on thrones. Our wombs are our thrones. And when we're sitting powerfully in our wombs, we're sitting powerfully at the seat of our lives. And I think that's a very, it kind of brings up emotion whenever I say it, because it's not something we've been taught. We've not been taught to sit in the seat of our wombs. We've been taught, with our periods, our menstrual cycles, just to get on with it. It's something that happens that we just have to deal with. But when we're reclaiming ourselves, our feminine wisdom, when we're reclaiming our voices, it's very powerful to reclaim our sense of, cyclical wisdom, that we are connected with nature and that our menstrual cycles are connected to the cycles of the moon. Depending on whether you still have your period or you have been through menopause, you're still, connected. You have deep wisdom within your womb. And that is why it's so powerful to really take time to ground into it, to connect with this part of your body, to really sit with it, to understand what it wants to tell you. And so that's what the exercise that we're going to do now is about: grounding in, listening, because you are your own greatest teacher. You are the wisdom keeper. And we're also taught that so much of what we should be looking at is outside of ourselves. But when it's, deeply about what we're wanting to cultivate in our own lives, because it's all unique for each of us, listening to yourself is how that's going to come about. And so womb work is very powerful for that, for reclaiming what you want, your desires, what lights you up, what brings you joy, and to also be able to speak from that place. And actually, atomically speaking, the tissues of the cervix and the vocal cords are similar. So they are both soft and flexible and resonant, and they both respond to breath vibration and relaxation of the nervous system. So if you find your throat or your voice is kind of feeling a bit resistant, like, you can work on like grounding into your pelvic bowl, and that's very powerful as a way to open your voice, which is what we're going to do now. And yeah, it's I'm not going to open up the full thing because womb work is very deep, and if you're interested in that, you can always message me or ask any questions in the group, anything that's coming up for you throughout this. It's a small window of time that we have that we're discussing a lot of things. But yeah, the womb is your seat of power, and to really learn to like connect with it and to be able to allow what you want to say to come up is such a beautiful practice. So if you just want to close down your eyes, and I'm going to just guide you down into connecting with your womb, and just follow the breath. Just allow yourself to breathe in whatever way feels good for you. Maybe they're deep, long, slow breaths. Maybe they're shorter, whatever feels good. Just allow your breath to take you down from your mind and from mental chatter, dropping you down in between your third eye, in between your eyebrows, your throat, your heart, your belly. And then sinking into your womb, and you can place both hands just over your sacral on your womb, just whatever feels good. Just take a few deep breaths here, and just visualize in your womb, in your pelvic bowl, just a beautiful red light, a deep red light, just swishing and swirling and opening at the core, the heart, the center of your womb, just allowing your womb to be cleansed and cleared and opened. Anything that's ready to be released, you can just visualize that beautiful red light just pouring down into the earth, returning to the earth, returning to the mother, returning to nature. Just taking some deep breaths into your pelvic bowl, into your womb. And then releasing and letting the energy flow into the earth. So as you breathe in, breathing in, allowing that red energy to spiral and swish through your pelvic bowl. And then releasing anything that's ready to be let go of into the earth, to be recycled. Just a few more breaths. Connecting with your seat of power, your seat of self, your inner voice, creativity of wisdom. just allowing yourself to soften here and to ask your womb. And you can say, womb, do you have anything that you want to tell me? And just be curious here, just remaining open. There's no right or wrong answer. Maybe it will come through as a visual or a color or some words. Just sitting here for a few more breaths. The voice of your womb, what does she want to tell you right now? Reclaiming your feminine power, your feminine wisdom, your intuition. Trusting yourself. Working with the womb is very much about trust and how to build that trust with yourself, with your body, with your creativity, with your desires, what you want in life. And then how to really bring that forward through your voice, through speaking it, through that connection between what you desire internally and who you are as an individual soul, and then bringing that through to the external world, to the reality through the spoken word, through your voice. So that's what's very powerful about that connection between the womb and your voice. Your womb is creation, is the portal of creation, and then speaking out with your voice is what manifests it into your life. Just taking a few more breaths. Feeling that powerful connection between your womb and your voice, and maybe just making some sounds, just connecting with that. Just whatever wants to come through, if it's a deeper breath. Just allowing your womb to express in whatever way. Opening up that channel of creation, that channel of manifestation. Feeling it. Feeling yourself open. Feeling your life force energy flowing through you. And then just bringing your arms up and stretching out, really feeling the fullness of your channel, your womb, your voice, your body. Just giving yourself maybe a hug, a squeeze, just to ground in, feeling your body, the room that you're in. Sometimes the womb meditations can take you quite deep. Whatever you experience is so welcome. If you want to share anything that came through the voice, or any visuals or colors or feelings or sensations, anything is welcome.
I can share. Do you want to know, Gigi?
Yes.
So yeah, so like I'm actually surprised that I heard this, but I heard just trust, just trust. Like it's a big, big thing right now. And when you read that card, when you read that card, I was just like, oh my gosh. And then it was just like, it just confirmed, you know, everything's going to be okay. Because like so often I feel like my body betrays me and makes me think that things are wrong when nothing is actually wrong, that fight or flight sort of thing. But like, I've never thought about it like this before, but I feel like my womb is actually like the wisdom place. Is that a thing? Am I
Yes.
making this up? Because okay. I've never actually like consciously connected to my womb before and listened for what it has to say. So that was weird for it to be like, just trust. And it was like about everything. It wasn't just like about what I'm doing with my life right now. It was like my whole life, just trust. So that was a message that I got there now.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's exactly it. It's the point of creation between the connection with life that we have as women, and that then we can use our voices to manifest. And that's what I love so much about that connection. It's like, wow, this channel that opens up where we realize that we can actually tune in to what feels right for us and then bring that through into our external reality. It's like our internal world is what is actually the thing that is making other things happen. It's like, you know, everyone says whatever you're saying, you're speaking is what you're living, and that is true. And how do we connect deeper with who we are? Through our wombs, through what we desire, through actually exploring that and then bringing that through the voice. And so yes, it's very beautiful. It's really powerful work for us as women to do that, to reclaim what we want and our desires, that help strengthen our voices and when we're going out into life, and to also own it, own what we want, claim what we want.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So yeah, it's a full experience today. But we are also excited to kind of invite you into a membership if any of you are interested, really wanting to bring these techniques and these tools and this wisdom, for you know, a place to come and to kind of open your voice, to strengthen your voice, to strengthen your body voice connection as well. And we're excited for the magic that we will kind of co-create together in there. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, you can let us know in the comments, and we'll send you details when it's, you know, when it's all there. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I just wondered if Heather had anything that she wanted to share. Otherwise, you always can do that in the comments when we post this in the group.
Yeah.
You ladies are amazing. And this was an awesome way to start my day over here in the US. Because it's like,
Oh,
I'm
cool.
centered and ready to go to work now.
I'm so grateful.
Amazing. Oh, thanks so much for coming, Heather. Oh, I feel so centered now too. I'm like, I'm so super grounded now. What am I going to do with the rest of this day? This is brilliant. Thank you. Thank you
Exactly.
so much, Gigi. Thank you for
Oh.
I don't know, just thank you for let's just for finding me, like for us finding each other. I don't know. This is brilliant. Was really happy to do this, and I'm just so grateful. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much to you too, Diana. Honestly, it's such a beautiful kind of, we have these different things that we're bringing together as well, which is just very magical to
Yeah.
find.
Super cool. All right.
Thank
Well, I
you.
better go. I've
Yeah,
got to go pick up kids.
you gotta go. You gotta go.
Gotta go get kids. So
Okay.
yeah, once we get everything together, we'll definitely be sharing more information in the Facebook group. And yeah, feel free to reach out to either of us or comment in the replay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Heather.
Yes,
All right, everybody.
you.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.